So let's go ahead and get into the first video, which is the protest to all the colleges, the protests at colleges around this country pertaining to the Israel-Palestinian war. So let's hop into the first one.
This morning, amid mounting chaos on America's college campuses, another round of violent clashes between police and pro-Palestinian protesters. At the University of Virginia Saturday, officers in riot gear pushed demonstrators and sprayed them with what officials say is pepper spray. 25 were arrested, according to the university. Across the country, at the University of Southern California Sunday, close to 100 officers cleared a camp USC's president said protesters had rebuilt, adding areas of campus were blocked, people were harassed, and iconic Trojan symbols were defaced. This had to stop. These latest flashpoints following weeks of clashes at roughly 75 campuses nationwide, according to a count by NBC News. Arrests now topping 2,400 as demonstrators demand schools divest from Israel. Tensions rippling into the commencement season. Over the weekend at Northeastern, one ceremony was interrupted as a protester covered in fake blood stormed the stage before being taken away by security.
We respect your passion and your opinions. We respect your right to voice them in the appropriate setting.
And this morning, Columbia announcing it's canceling its university-wide commencement, saying it will instead focus on individual and school ceremonies on May 15th. Two members of the student government saying it's due to security concerns. This after USC made the same call. New York's mayor pushing back.
I don't think we should allow anything to get in our normal way of life.
And here in Chicago, these protests obviously testing city leaders, too. Over the weekend, Chicago's mayor and chief of police told reporters they're committed to protecting First Amendment rights, but also monitoring the situation as needed in case intervention is needed. And again, that situation changing once again overnight.
First of all, let me just say this real quick. I wish that New York mayor would shut up. He don't think anything is a big deal and everything just need to keep going as usual and everything else. You said the same thing when your whole city was freaking flooded. Like Noah's Ark flood, but we got to keep it going. So, man, whatever. Anyway, so I'm going to play two back-to-back videos because they correlate with each other. So needless to say, you see it now, the protests is getting violent. Police are taking matters into their own hands. 2,400 arrests. Is getting up there. However anybody that's watching right now feel about these protests, there is backlash, and some schools, some students are paying the price for other than being arrested.
Yeah.
Some students are paying the price for it, and the number of commencements and graduations being canceled is continually growing.
College commencements look different this year compared to years past. Campuses across the country are grappling with some really tough decisions amid intense divisions over the Israel-Hamas war, pro-Palestinian tent camps, and student arrests.
We demand liberation.
Protests over the Israel-Hamas war now colliding with college commencement season.
Campus is operating on like 10%, 5%, and we're still paying full tuition and watching all of this unfold and not getting graduation too.
More than 2,300 people have been arrested on college and university campuses since April 18th. The demands of pro-Palestinian protesters vary, but many are calling for schools to divest from entities that they say support or benefit from Israel's war in Gaza. On Monday, Columbia University, an epicenter of demonstrations, announced the cancellation of a campus-wide commencement ceremony scheduled for May 15th. And will hold smaller school-based events due in part to security concerns. Other schools across the country have also adjusted graduation plans or heightened security. The University of Southern California canceled its main stage commencement, which typically brings together 65,000 students and their families. Emory University announced Monday it would move a scaled-down university-wide commencement off of its Atlanta campus. While the protests were not the chief focus of President Joe Biden's remarks on Tuesday, he condemned recent threats against some Jewish students on college campuses during the U.S. Holocaust Memorial Museum's annual Days of Remembrance ceremony at the U.S. Capitol.
There is no place on any campus in America, any place in America, for anti-Semitism or hate speech or threats of violence of any kind.
Tomorrow, a House panel will hold a hearing on George Washington University's response to protests. Washington, D.C.'s mayor and police chief are listed as witnesses.
All right, Ann, I'll let you go first on here.
I would really like to ask the question, where is it appropriate to protest? We're being told it's not appropriate to do it, in front of the White House. It's not appropriate to do it in the streets. It's not appropriate to do it as college students on the college campus. You really would like these protests to be happening as quietly as possible. That is not what a protest is designed for. So where is it? When is it? What is the appropriate place and time to speak up? And can we please stop the anti-Semitic tropes? Can we, remember that all of these people are Semitic people, Arabs and the Jews. I take issue to Biden bringing that out. There is no place for anti-Semitism because we are more and more getting upset at the cavalier way. You're throwing away life. Governments, talking to you, governments. That is what we protest. And, we may quibble about the definition of genocide. It still fits. So I just really would like to know, where is the appropriate place?